you right away. We have Josh and Jules in the back, and I know everybody wants to see them, so we want to sneak them out. Come out. Come out. Where are they?
Okay, so you look great, as usual.
I'm sitting really close to you, because they can fit right there.
Yes! Woo! Thank you. Nice shoes. I know where you got those shoes. You look great, guys. Okay, so today is the day. The record is out. Fantasies. So, guys, what are your #1 fantasies? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that question. Have you been asked that a lot? Have you had to talk about your sexual fantasies because of this record? Did you know that would happen to you?
Absolutely. We did. Absolutely.
And that's why you called it that, isn't it?
That's why we called it.
That was the plan.
Can I play that game a little bit? Why did you call it that? Can I ask you that question?
The name Fantasies?
Yeah.
Because the whole record's about dreams. That's why.
I'm dreaming about the future.
That's sweet. I think about that a lot. My own dreams.
It's better than thinking about the past.
Right. Well, I guess so. You have to keep going, right? So what?
You know what happened in the past.
Yeah, you can't relive it again.
The future's unwritten.
Oh, whoa.
Isn't that right, Jules?
Of course.
Yes, yes, it is. So what do the Beatles and Rolling Stones have to do with your fantasies?
Well, that's a really good question and impossible to answer.
You gotta know where you came from to know where you're going.
Nice.
I like that. That's good. That works.
That's good. Okay, so we thought maybe everyone's really excited about the record. We're talking about it, and we've actually been playing in between MOD. We actually play music, and we've been playing some of your songs actually in the breaks, and everybody kind of always freaks out about it. But we want to go through and see some of your videos and how you guys comment on maybe what you were thinking about. I read a quote that you guys said, it was a joke between you guys, that when you're playing on live, and you're thinking about like picking up your dry cleaning and
Which I'm sure
it's not true.
You try to avoid thinking about things like that.
Right.
Push those away.
You're in a musical zone, right? I'm sure you are.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go through some of these clips and let's think about maybe what you guys were thinking or how those moments were captured.
Cool.
Can we look at them? That's the first one. I think this is the latest video.
Oh, yeah.
We don't usually see you.
I was thinking she looks like Charlie Watts. It's awesome.
You do have a very jazz spin
What do you
on
think,
that.
Jules? Do I have the drum chops?
You have the hair.
Do you guys ever, I've never seen you guys switch instruments while doing a live
We
show.
do it every show.
Every?
No, just kidding.
I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, so was that, what were you thinking when you were shooting that? Was that awkward or strange? Was that fun to
It
play
was
each
actually a
other?
really amazing process making that video because it was all in one take. So we had it that there were about 20 people that day, like following each of us as we switched out, changed clothes behind the scenes, but it was all one shot. So it was pretty cool. It was fun. I enjoyed playing the drums. Did you like playing the keys?
I don't know if I can get my coat off in time, and like what's gonna happen to my shirt, what's gonna happen to my hat, what's going on. There's all these people around.
Musical chairs. Go! Right now. Lots of pressure. Okay, next one. We have another clip. What's this one? Monsters. Yeah! I love that video. I think that's my favorite.
Good times, good times.
What does that mean? Was it crazy to shoot that video?
It was. We shot it in our Jimmy's old studio. His apartment, actually, is where we shot. That's right. Covered in blood, like crazy.
There's a scene where the sink is filling up with blood, and I was walking by as they were filming it, and I was on top of a bank, and I had this vision that as it overflows and goes all over the floor, that they would come in the bank in the morning and there'd be like a giant blood spot in the ceiling and blood dripping down in the middle of the bank, and I would get arrested and go to jail forever.
Blood money.
Yeah.
That was not a fantasy. That was a nightmare.
Oh. But that didn't happen, and you have this great video out of it, sort of, right? And how do you make blood? It's like corn syrup.
I think it was corn syrup and red dye. I'm looking at you because you had it all over you.
Yeah. It's so funny because after the makeup person did it on me, they were like, "Could you just sort of avoid me?"
Because you look so scary.
I was so terrified.
It's like a car crash.
It's definitely scary to watch your friends be covered in blood. Something you don't want to see.
It's weird, but it's fun. I mean, you gotta go there, maybe. So whose hands were those, by the way? Were those set hands or those somebody's hands?
Some of them were you.
Yeah, it was us.
There were some set hands.
I think in the carpet scene. That was
Through the floor. The shot through the wall was really scary, though, too.
That was freaky. That is kind of a nightmare. Okay, one more. What's the next one?
That was really hard.
Both of you.
She never looks that bad.
My makeup looks really oily. I'm a little oily.
That took a long time to get you like that.
I had a fight with my producer. I'm like, that doesn't even look like her at all. And he's like, well, it kind of does, except a clay version. Do you have that little clay doll?
You know, in fact, I think they offered to give it to me. I was like, that's okay.
You didn't want it?
A miniature 100,000-year-old turtle version of me. I didn't need to see that.
No, it's
like made out of a dried apple or something.
What do you think about that when you watch that? Because I went to, I'll never forget this too because it was so funny. I think Sebastian Granger was there and he like almost beat somebody up at one of your solo shows because
and they were saying,
screaming,
"Combat,
baby, combat!" And I was like, holy. Anyway, so when you look back at that video or maybe performances from when you guys first started making music together, what do you think about? I mean, is that...
It's a trip, right? Like, we've been together as a band for 6 years, we've made 4 records, and it's pretty funny when you look back at those moments and see, like, everywhere we've been and where we're going next. It's kind of an adventure, who knows where it'll go.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Actually, we have a webcam question right now. Hello, from Indiana. Elias.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Elias.
How's it going?
Hey, there you are.
Oh,
Nice, nice. What's your question for Metric?
Oh man, well first I want to say that Fantasies is super sweet and the wait was totally worth it. And I
Thank you,
love it a
Elias.
lot.
Well, that's nice. What do you want to ask them?
But, yeah, man. My question is, since two of you guys live in the United States and Emily and Jimmy, you guys live in Toronto, like how do you make music? Because you must have to collaborate a whole bunch like you do on the internet or somehow.
Well,
How you guys
the two of us that live in the United States are hardly ever home. We're never home.
The two of us that live in Canada are
I'm
hardly
never
ever
home.
home.
The ticket is to tour 300 days a year, and then we see each other a lot.
I think we're verging on 1 million air miles at this point.
Our first break that we had was just right after we finished Fantasies, and I don't think we had stopped for 5 years before that, so.
Yeah, so you,
man.
does that answer your question? Thank you.
Totally, thanks guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You're welcome, thank you.
From Indiana. I love that. You guys have fans all over the place, and I'm still finding you here in Canada. So you guys, the record is out. Fantasies, if you want to get it, go and get it. It's pretty amazing. That's how it's latest. Thank you very much, guys, for dropping by. And here's the latest. Give me sympathy.